Can a robotics engineer have sex with a robot without realizing that she is a robot? That is the sort of question you cannot ask while watching Teri Baaton mein Aisa Uljha Jiya. Teri Baaton mein Aisa Uljha Jiya. The film, written and directed by Amit Joshi and Aradhana Sah, gives us the fantastical situation of a man falling in love with a robot and then, despite knowing that she isn't human, taking her home to his large, loving, nagging family. It's a delicious idea, but the execution veers between being fun and flat, silly and sexy. Sifra, short for super intelligent female robot automation, is the result of 13 years of work by a US robotics company. That company is led by a woman, Urmila, played by Dimple Kapadia, who declares, "I love machines." But Sifra is the ultimate male fantasy. To start with, she's stunning. I don't think Kriti Sanon has ever looked better. Sifra's responses to commands is simply theek hai. She can cook with both hands, speak innumerable languages, and she dances like a dream. Sifra never gets sweaty or annoying or hormonal. She doesn't object when Aryan, the Shahid Kapoor character, burps drunkenly in her face. She's basically like this Apple Watch, Google Calendar and Fitbit rolled into one, giving you reminders, telling you when to sleep. And until she malfunctions, Sifra never talks back or disobeys. I'm also assuming that she's highly persuasive in bed, given that Aryan, who Urmila describes as brilliant and one of the best programmers she's ever met, can't even figure out what he's making love to.
Will you marry me?
Is that possible?
Robots and the idea of artificial intelligence has seduced filmmakers for decades. Almost 100 years ago, Fritz Lang created the 1927 classic Metropolis, in which a robot named Maria unleashes chaos. Chitti from Shankar's 2010 blockbuster Enthiran even fell in love. There was also a popular television serial called Bahu Hamari Rajnikant, in which a scientist marries a robot he's made. Like the scientist in that serial, Aryan has little interest in getting married. His family, especially his mother, is just obsessed with getting him hitched, but no woman, until Sifra, matches his high standards. Aryan is so fussy that he can't even retain the house help. Early in the film, his maid warns him that she's the last bai left in the neighborhood willing to work for him. Naturally then, only a robot will suffice. Which is similar to the idea of Reema Kagti's debut film, Honeymoon Travels Private Limited, in which the perfectly synchronized married couple turn out to be superheroes. Stories about robots usually serve as cautionary tales which tell us that humans should desist from playing gods, because ultimately scientists lose control of the thing they create. You recall the Hollywood horror film Megan, in which, like Chitti, a doll develops self-awareness and turns into a murderous psychopath. Here too, eventually, Sifra becomes less than perfect. The climax, which hinges on Kriti's strong performance, is the best written part of the film. It's funny, it's surprising. Amit and Aradhana bake the outcome into the screenplay with skill, and Kriti shifts seamlessly from comic to unnerving and back again. But for TB Moj, I'm calling it that to save your time and mine, to soar, the writing needed to be consistently sparkling. The situation of a robot trying to be the ideal Indian bahu can serve as social commentary or satire or just straight up comedy. It can be ironic. It can also articulate the inherent tragedy of women striving to be perfect to meet the impossible standards set by society. There's also the question of, would Aryan fall in love with Sifra if she was less attractive or less submissive? The title might be Teri Baaton mein Aisa Uljha Jiya, but Sifra isn't much of a conversationalist. He gets entangled because she's free of friction and custom-coded to appeal to him. Amit and Aradhana aren't able to mine these many possibilities with enough wit and flair. It doesn't help that the supporting cast is largely one note. The family Sifra is trying to fit into is gratingly generic. So the narrative lifts and sags. Long stretches are inert, but then, just like Sifra after a battery recharge, a stray dialogue or scene brings the film alive again. I enjoyed watching Dharamji as the grandfather in colourful coats. At 88, he has oodles of charm. Just his presence in the frame adds a glow. I'm not sure why the makers gave Shahid and Kriti higher billing than this iconic actor. Surely seniority demands that his name come first? Shahid is fine as the besotted Aryan, but he really springs to life in the song. It's such a pleasure to watch him dance again, especially in that title song wearing that sparkly suit. He's literally finding his groove again. The choreography by Johnny Master is also terrific. While the title might be a mouthful, it does provide the film with an irresistible beat. This beat was originally created by Canadian musician Raghav in 2004 and the refurbished version is put to good use.
रोबोट होना बुरी बात है क्या?
बिल्कुल नहीं।
तो फिर?
The infectious first notes are used as BGM in key moments, including when Aryan first sees Sifra. Interestingly, the film has been shot by Lakshman Uttekar, who directed Mimi, for which Kriti won a national award. TB Moj is a good-looking film. It's got foreign locations, beach and shadi songs, stylish clothes, and expansive homes and offices. The surfaces are gleaming. I wish the writing had matched. You can see the film at a theatre near you. If you like this review, do subscribe to Reviews and More.
दोस्तों, स्क्रीन राइटिंग बड़ा मुश्किल काम है और कई बार लिखते लिखते आज भी इतने सालों के बाद भी मैं अपनी राइटिंग में फंस जाता हूँ। अगर आप स्क्रीन राइटिंग के फंडामेंटल्स को जानते हैं, आपने स्क्रीन राइटिंग के कई कोर्सेज भी किए हुए हैं और आप एक अनुभवी राइटर हैं, फिर भी आप फंसेंगे। और जब भी आप फंसें, हमारे साथ 2 घंटा बिताइए। हमारा ये 2 घंटे का कोर्स है FC क्लासरूम की तरफ से स्क्रीन राइटिंग मास्टर क्लास। ये कीजिए और शायद आपको एक रास्ता दिख जाए।